Good evening, I'm Don Hudson and welcome to the 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now, and topping that list, the latest on the evacuation orders going on in West Knoxville. Now we're hearing a portion of a 911 call after the suspected dynamite and blasting caps were discovered in a box in a northwest Knoxville business.
Knox County 911, where is your emergency?
We have a torch operation going on, and we cut the hinges off of a box, and from what we've gathered, we may have some dynamite over here.
Now, Knoxville police say this evacuation order for people in the circle that you see there, that map, that yellow circle, they are going to be staying in place overnight and into the evening. Right at that center, right there we see road closed. That's where that mystery box filled with explosives at CMC Recycling. As you probably received an alert, an emergency alert on your phone. That was sent out yesterday urging people to evacuate. And that evacuation, again, issued yesterday, as we mentioned, still in effect this evening as well. Now, today, we learned a robot was able to get a sample of the explosives that were found there at the CMC Recycling, and that sample testing positive for ammonium nitrate, which is consistent with dynamite. Now, the bomb squad technicians are involved, working to remove that dynamite from the box and dispose of it.
Still obviously a really volatile situation. We're still assessing exactly what we're dealing with. Again, this is outside of ATF protocol where you would have blast caps mixed with a commercial grade explosion. And as I understand it, blast caps are the thing that you would attach directly to the explosive to create the spark that would then create the detonation. So that's part of the complication we're dealing with, is that we had all these things that were mixed in this large box, and trying to sort through that and carefully remove all those pieces.
Now, as you just heard, the Knoxville police spokesperson, this is a slow, meticulous process. Everyone is asked to stay out of, again, that yellow circle, that evacuation circle, until first responders give the all clear. Now, tonight, we are also hearing from an ATF agent on the scene. Jason Dobbs is an ATF special agent, also certified explosive specialist. Dobbs tells us that if dynamite is properly stored and cared for, it is not generally a big concern. However, in this case, the box with the dynamite was smoking at one point, and as we just heard, blasting caps are in there as well, inappropriately mixed with the dynamite. This led us to ask what would happen if 200 sticks of dynamite actually blew up.
I mean, it's a pretty big explosion. I mean, it's not going to, level buildings or anything like that are necessarily nearby. It would definitely break windows. You definitely feel the ground shake, and it could definitely cause some damage to some buildings and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good explosion, but I mean, it's not going to, decimate an area.
Now, for residents in that area, the Jacob building in Chihawi Park has become a refuge, opening the doors to anyone who needed a place to stay. We caught up with one of the evacuees who says they were fortunate to have somewhere to go.
They fed us, because I think it was all set up in a hurry, because, it just all of a sudden happened. They give us food and a place to sleep. Kind of cold, even though we had blankets, but it's pretty freaking cold in there at night and hot out here in the daytime. You know how it goes. But it's a place. It's a safe place.
Now, here at 6 News, we will continue to give you the latest on this developing and ongoing story and when the evacuation orders are lifted. For the latest updates, you can also go to our website, WATE.com, when we're not here on TV. Right now, to a school bus crash in Jefferson County with 30-plus students on board. We're being told a truck ran into the bus. Fortunately, no one on the bus was injured. However, 3 people in the truck were taken to the hospital. Tommy Arnold is the Jefferson County Director of Schools. He shared this photo with us of bus 1912, and you can see that damage, especially in the window and on the front end, on the bus's left side, the right side of the screen. We're told the pickup truck failed to yield to the bus, struck it out on Highway 92 near Jefferson County High School. As we mentioned, none of the students on board were injured. Very fortunate there. We're told they were all assessed by medical personnel as they were getting off the bus. The driver and 2 occupants of the truck that was involved transported to the hospital. As far as their injuries go, we do not have any information at this time. Right now to the latest on a crash on the Tennessee River. We are learning new information this evening, concerning a collision about the Tennessee River last night involving a barge and a railroad support structure. According to the U.S. Coast Guard, a little after 9:30 last night, a towing vessel with 3 barges hit the Southern Railroad Bridge. The Coast Guard tells us there are no reports of any pollution in the water, no reports of any injuries, and the tow was secured. As of right now, the cause is still under investigation. TWRA was also looking into the matter. They are also confirming that there were no injuries. No other boats were involved in the incident. All right, next on the Big 7, we continue to follow the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. It has now been 2 weeks since Helene hit East Tennessee and western North Carolina. And tonight, officials at the Great Smoky Mountains National Park still assessing the damage left behind. Today, the park said it experienced substantial damage, particularly in the North Carolina side of the Smokies. You're able to see some of that damage right now on your screen. Now, because of this, we're told that the Balsam Mountain, Big Creek, Cataloochee areas will remain closed for the time being. Now, here on the Tennessee side of the Smokies, most trails are open, as are most roads. However, Foothills Parkway East and Parsons Branch Road do remain closed at this time. When that changes, we'll let you know. Meanwhile, tonight, TDOT announcing that crews have begun reconstructing I-40 in Cott County after part of that interstate just basically washed away. Remember, several sections of I-40 between Cott County and across the North Carolina state line washed out when Helene hit the region. And the state announcing that TEMA will open a multi-agency resource center at the Cott County Recreation Department Sunday at noon. Now, we're told FEMA, as well as other federal, state, and regional groups, they're all going to be there working to make sure survivors have access to all the resources that they need during the recovery process. Well, it's not too late for you to give back in Helene's wake to help other people. 6 News has been working with the East Tennessee Foundation to collect money for its Neighbor to Neighbor Disaster Relief Fund. The money will help provide shelter, medical care, food, and other basic needs for people who have lost just about everything in the floods. So far, donors have directed gifts totaling $2.1 million in cash, pledges, and internal transfers to that fund. And if you would like to make a donation, you can scan that QR code right there in the middle of your screen if you happen to have your cell phone in your hand. You can also make checks payable to the East Tennessee Foundation. You can go to our website to get more information where to send the donations. That's WATE.com. Right, on your side with dozens of jobs coming to East Tennessee. An international food distributor is moving to Jefferson City, and we're told it will create 80 new jobs for that area. This morning, Governor Lee and the Department of Economic and Community Development announced that the Anderson Dubois Company is investing $40 million to move here. Now, the company is based out of Ohio. It is a full-service distribution company for major quick-service restaurants. As of this afternoon, there is no timeline as to when construction will begin. Governor Lee releasing a statement after the announcement was made, and he said, and I'm quoting part here, "This investment will create a greater opportunity for families across the region," end of quote. Right, if you're heading to downtown Knoxville, keep in mind the city of Knoxville's new pedestrian zone begins this weekend. The city announced yesterday that it will be closing multiple streets between 6 p.m. on Fridays and 6 p.m. on Sundays. These closures will last throughout the end of the year. The city's reason for the closures is to make sure that on busy game days and upcoming holiday events, everything will be much safer to move around there without cars being there. Last year, you'll recall, the city did something similar. They closed off portions of Gay Street. Now, here are the roads that are going to be affected by this, and you can see the map here. The new pedestrian zone will close Market Street between Clinch and Union Avenues. It will also close Union Avenue between Walnut and Gay Street. The closures will begin tomorrow, October 12th at 6 p.m. And for our final Big 7 story tonight, an investigation is underway after a shooting. This all happened in the 4600 block of Chapman Highway. Now, this happened about an hour or so ago near the Casey's convenience store. A woman was taken from the scene to an area hospital with what we're told are critical injuries. We'll continue to keep you updated as we learn more about this.